You're listening to the audio production of Behind Enemy Bylines, a novel by Kathleen Fuller. Published by Thomas Nelson and performed by Melissa Moran. To James, I love you. Prologue. Little Rock, Arkansas, 1994. It's not my fault, Jade sighed, closing her eyes as her foster brother complained on the other line. Although they hadn't lived in the same home for more than 9 years after she aged out of the foster system and went to the University of Central Arkansas, she still felt responsible for him. She always had, from the moment he walked into Madeline and John Weston's house and was introduced to her as her new foster sibling. His wide, scared brown eyes, overgrown curly black out-of-control hair, and gaunt frame touched her 15-year-old heart. Logan Mitchell had held it ever since. But that neglected, frightened child was now 12 years old, and once again he was in lots of trouble. And as always, it wasn't his fault. While he continued his tirade of blaming everyone else but himself for his predicament, Jade opened her eyes and glanced at the clock on the wall in her tiny office at the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. In a little while, she had to meet Sebastian for their lunch date. Despite her frustration with her brother, she smiled a little. If anyone had told her when she joined the accounting department at the paper 6 months ago that she would be having weekly lunches with the most incredible man she'd ever met, much less date him for 4 months, she would have said they were crazy. Jade didn't date. She didn't do much socializing either, but that had changed since she met handsome Sebastian Hudson. He might be a newspaper columnist, but he had a body of an athlete. Not surprising, since he played football in high school. Tight end, he'd told her. Bench rider, too, although I did play in a couple of games my senior year. My coach felt sorry for me. She had no idea what a tight end was, but she had no complaints about his backside or the rest of him. And she wasn't surprised he downplayed his role on the team. Sebastian wasn't just good-looking and charming. He was humble, which made him even sexier. "When can you get me out of here?" Logan whined. "These people suck." Her temple started to throb, and she was a little irritated that Logan had interrupted her Sebastian reverie. "Those people are trying to help you, and you wouldn't be in youth detention if you hadn't been caught smoking marijuana behind the school building. Henderson, right?" "Pulaski Heights," he muttered. "You can't even remember where I go to school." She tried to ignore the guilt his words
Sample complete. Ready to continue?